The highest exponent on the variable, we'll just say x, will be 2 for a quadratic equation. That means that you will have 2 solutions. It also means the degree of the equation is 2. So, steps to solve a quadratic equation. First, let me give you standard form. Standard form for a quadratic equation will be ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. You need to get 0 on one side of your equation. Move everything the other side. Now, maybe your equation is just ax squared equals 0. Or it may be ax squared, let me erase that. Or it may be ax squared plus bx equals 0. Or maybe it's ax squared plus c equals 0. What I'm saying, you may not have 3 terms every time. Okay, you could not have, your equation could not be bx plus c and be quadratic. That's a linear equation. You've got to have that x squared for it to be a quadratic. All right, steps to solve a quadratic. You've got to get it in standard form. Okay, the other thing I would do, I would make sure that you do not have any fractions and your leading coefficient, the number on the x squared, is positive. Okay, so clear your fractions and get it in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. A is greater than 0, no fractions. All right, the next thing I would do, you've got your equation in this form. The next thing I would do is try to factor it. If that thing will factor, it'll factor into 2 binomials, 2 factors, each with 2 terms. And then what you'll do, if it will factor, you'll then set that equal to 0 and that equal to 0. And the reason you set to 0, because you're multiplying 2 factors together. And what's the only way you can multiply 2 things together and get 0? That means one of these has got to be 0. If it will not factor, or if you can't figure out how to factor, always use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula always works, okay? If you do not like to factor, use the quadratic formula. But you've already gone through step 1. It's in standard form. And then this number on x squared is a, the number on the x is b, and this is just a number. That's just a constant. And you plug those numbers or substitute those numbers into the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And this plus or minus, that's how you're going to get 2 solutions.